I've finished all the repeats that I need to do for my cuff, so now it's time to finish this up. You can see how pretty it looks. This is the end that I was working on, and I just finished on row 9. You don't do row 10 on your last repeat. And the other end is my provisional cast-on end. And you can always tell easily because that's the end that your short tail is attached to. Now I used magic loop, so both my ends are currently on needles. If you put your work, the provisional stitches, onto waste yarn or onto a stitch holder, now is the time to put them back onto a needle, same size as the one you've been knitting with, and you want to do it so that the tip points toward this scalloped edge. So such as that. Now you need to determine which is the right side of your work. The easiest way I find to do that is that when you're working on an odd numbered row, as I was just working on row 9 here, that means the wrong side is facing you. So the right side at this moment is the back side of my work. You want to fold your strip so that the right sides are facing each other. So you've got the wrong side on the facing you, and the right sides are in the middle here. And now we are going to knit these two lines of stitches together off the two needles, and we're going to use a 3-needle bind off technique, which, as it implies, requires the use of a 3rd needle. So go ahead and grab a 3rd one in the size that you are working with. So to do this, we're going to knit the first stitch from each of the needles together. So go in as if to knit through the stitch on the front needle, and then go through the one on the back needle as if to knit as well. Then you're going to wrap just like you do when you normally knit, and you're going to pull that new loop through the stitches on each needle and take them both off the ends. So now you took 2 stitches off here and you only have 1 over here. Now you're going to repeat that with the next pair of stitches through the front and through the loop on the back needle, wrap it as if to knit, and pull the new loop through each of those stitches and take them off. Now we've got 2 over here on the right side, so we're going to bind one of those off just like you do when you bind off any other time. You pull the loop that's farthest away from the tip over the stitch that's closest to the tip, like that. So now we're going to just do that one more time. So got the next pair up over here, through the one on the front needle, through the one on the back needle, wrap it, and bring that new loop through both of them, and then take those off, and then we repeat this bind off step like that. Alright, so you're going to keep going until you've worked all the pairs of stitches, and you will have 1 stitch left. I'll come back and show you how that looks. And here is my final cuff piece after the work is joined. We don't want to cut the yarn at the end of clue 1, so what I'm going to do is just pull this loop up so I don't lose it, and that way I can show you this a little more easily. This is the wrong side because remember we put the right sides together. So if we flip it inside out, now this is the right side, and where that seam was is barely visible. It really blends into the garter stitch. It's right there. And on the inside it's really a flat, tidy looking little seam. It's actually not even very visible on the inside either. So that's it for clue 1. Again, don't cut your yarn because now we're going to go ahead and work on clue 2.